it's an integration platform as a service.
Mm-hmm.
In Boomi, processes are the central component that move data from one application to other application. Like if you see, like if you want to execute in a real time, if you want to transform data from one application to other application, you will be doing those things using a process. So here in Boomi, we call them as a process. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
process is nothing but it builds a platform according to the customer requirements
Mm-hmm.
and it transforms data. So everything here mentioned is a process. You can view the screen, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see here, this is a process. So what is data? What this data does? This data takes the input from here. So what type of data is this?
Then XML.
It's an XML data.
Well,
Okay, since you know,
mm-hmm.
right? Okay. So what is it doing? Usually everything is coming in a single time. So,
Mm-hmm.
so it's the update. We have the vendor. We have the PO details. The line number one, everything is individual. So all it is attached in a single document. So according to the process, what it does, we are using a data processor. What it splits the document according to the PO master. This one. So where is the PO
Okay.
master over here? So according to this, it will split. Okay.
Okay.
So all
Uh-huh.
the
Uh-huh.
documents will be splitted.
Mm-hmm.
Means right, even in
Yeah.
EA we have like there may be many
STSC.
many
Yeah.
850s will be there in a single document, so we can split accordingly
Like
using a
ST
data
segments, we will be giving the split message
yes,
within
yes,
ST
in the
segments,
same way,
right?
whether you want to
Okay.
combine or you want to do or you want to do any manual scripting, you will be using this data processor.
The process. Okay.
Data processor. So now we'll discuss after some time. Okay, as of now.
Mm-hmm.
So so, but this data is in XML format, and that needs to be go into here, go
Mm-hmm.
into here.
Mm-hmm.
And if does not accept it, it's a business rule. If one of these fields should be equal to a static value of new. If it's new, it will go into true path. If it's false, it will go into the false path. Okay, if there is
Okay.
an array error, it will go into this DB. So all here is a end systems. One is a disk
Uh,
system, one is a FTP, and one another one is a disk. Okay, in
okay.
order to go over here, this XML format it doesn't accept. So what it does, it transforms the same XML into other XML format, which that
Okay.
system has fields. Okay, so in the
Mm-hmm.
same manner, it will just provide and a mapping is done.
Mm-hmm.
It will be sent and it will go into the end systems. So how all these
Mm-hmm.
things happens is just because of the process which we create. So that's why we call Boomi process are the central component that moves data from one application to other application. That may be anything. Got it? Or you need still any elaboration for this?
Can you repeat that again? Uh,
Actually, what you didn't get?
so you're saying that in Bhumi, the process is
The
uh,
processes are the
the
central component that moves data from
uh,
one application to the other application
the application. Mm-hmm.
or the
Yeah.
backend system, which we call. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
other backend system. Okay, let me guide you like other examples. Okay, and I think this will be a little tough one. Initially, should not do this. This is a simple process, one of the simple process.
So what is the component here?
Components are nothing but reusable shapes. Okay, so what
Okay.
all
Uh-huh.
are reusable, we call it as a component.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So here process itself is a component. Okay, so all
Uh-huh.
this I will explain you in the coming scenarios. Okay, no, you need not
Uh-huh.
worry. Okay,
Okay.
so here what is happening? We are retrieving the data from the
FTP.
FTP connector. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
whatever we retrieve, that has to be transferred from the to the disk. Here the scenario is the files which we get extracted from FTP coming is an
Mm-hmm.
XML file. But
Mm-hmm.
that XML file cannot be understood by the end system disk disk V2. It understands only CSV file format. Means
Okay.
CSV means file format.
Mm-hmm.
CSV means file format.
Yeah. Format
Okay.
limited. Uh-huh.
Yeah, CSV means it's a file format. So what are the necessary steps you need to take is we need a translator. Here map itself is a translator. Okay, we translate from incoming XML to flat file.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in this way you does here. This is set properties. We define a file name like account.xml. Okay, so here
Mm-hmm.
one good thing about Boom, we can test it over here. So all these things I will teach you according to the training. But for showing you, can say-
So since we are fetching the data from FTP,
yes,
why do we need to do these set properties here?
yeah, set properties, the properties we set. Actually, we are retrieving a data. Suppose
Yeah.
why we use this set property shape is we need to set a file name. Suppose we are getting a file name, okay, that
Uh-huh.
already has
Uh-huh.
been translated. Since you want to say that you want to override the file name saying that this is sent by Swarupa, right? So you will
Okay.
send you will give that
Yeah.
Swarupa.xml, Swarupa's
Okay. Okay. I
XML
got
file.
it.
Okay, you can give
Okay.
that.
Okay. In
That is the
BigTalk,
use.
actually, it will be done while we're doing that start step, right? We will provide
Yeah.
that information in uh
If
while fetching the data itself. If the file name is dot like swarupa.xml, then only it fetch. Yeah.
okay,
There was
okay.
no set
Uh,
property. Okay.
yes, yes, sir. Like if you give that, this disk people when they want to fetch it from their end, they will say something like Swarupa.xml. Some file name will be there. Okay, you know, right? Order.xml, something will be there.
Mhm.
Like here, by seeing this scenario, how many files have been retrieved from the FTP v2?
Two documents. So I
Two
just.
documents, right? These are
Mhm.
the logs which are available since fetching. So what is the connection data means? Here we can see this is one XML data and other one is the other XML data.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Mm, other XML data. So the same data which will be displayed here. Okay, source
Mhm.
data. Okay, here also the same thing will be. But once this translation translates, what will happen? See, the source data changes. What happens? It is coming as an XML, but it will be displayed
Mhm.
output as
CSF map.
CSV.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, so what all generated that
Mhm.
will be mapped, conditions, everything will be CSV. Okay, at
Mhm.
last you will get file name account.xml. So why did you get this account.xml? Why the file name is like account.xml? Any guesses? Account.xml.
Yeah, we are in the set property. We might have given that.
Yes, 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 yes. That is the answer which I'm expecting. The reason why we said set properties, we had put here
Uh-huh.
disk v2 file name as account.xml. If we give
Mhm.
here Swarupa.xml. And one more thing is, in revision history, it will show everything. So what is
Mhm.
showing here? Here is the last revision history is on 2024 12. Okay, 2024 12th month 22. So this is
Mhm.
not the latest one. Since I made a change, I have to save this. See,
Mhm.
after saving that, the revision history will be updated.
Mhm.
Compared to other tools, Boomi has a excellent revision history captures. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, after now giving a test, let's see what happens. Yeah. So everything will be same. But after coming here, what we get? Swarupa.xml.
Mhm.
Got it. But I don't want this, so I want to retrieve back to my revision history. So how you gonna do is, we have like 20 revision history, the latest one which I made for Rupa. I want to revert back the changes. So once we
Okay.
revert it back, it will automatically show this version component will be 19th version, which is not the latest version. So saving this
Mhm.
version will give this one as a latest version. Now see, after saving this, what happens? What gonna happen? So up to now we have 20 revision history. Now it will, this one will become 21. On top of
Okay.
it, it will override the changes. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is what the process about. Actually, the steps in a process are connected to create the business logics. Okay. So
Mhm.
in a process, everything is, so connecting, configuring SFTP is one step. Query means retrieving the
Mhm.
data. Okay. Adding a
Mhm.
connection. Again, XML, the set properties. So all these are
Mhm.
steps,
Mhm.
like splitting documents, modifying data, making the decisions, routing information. All these are the steps. So in step,
Mhm.
all if your process is completed, include process is only done by using the steps of shapes. By combining the steps of shape, by configuring the shapes according to the business logic, a process is built. Okay, got it?
Mhm. Yeah.
Clear, right? So
Yeah.
next topic. So how a process is built? A process is built by a combination of three types of shapes. One is an execute shape. The second one is the logic shape. The third one is the connector shapes. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
where we can view all these shapes. Okay. We see here extensions. And we see here, we click here, so steps. We have three types of shapes. So all this
Mhm.
left side, we can see all the steps over here. So what are different
Mhm.
steps? One is the connector steps, one is the execute step, one is the logic steps. Okay.
Mhm.
So what the connector step is, suppose we want to retrieve data or we want to keep data. Okay,
Mhm.
we call it as a connection steps. The connector steps, it gets data in and out of the process. So some examples of this, some examples of connectors are disk v2, ftp, salesforce, mail, tp.
Mhm.
So all this comes under the connector steps. Second one is the execute steps. So what execute step does is, it manipulates or transform data. Means it completely
Mhm.
manipulates the data, transform into the other format. Means the
Mhm.
manipulation is done. Means extra, like removing some extra characters or adding some extra characters. All these can be
Mhm.
defined. So
Mhm.
some of the examples are map shape, set property shape. If you already know what map shape, we translate the entire format from one
Yeah.
to other. Set property means it hides the entire data and display it as a, what we have seen is the only the file
Mhm.
name. Okay,
Yeah.
the message, the program command, process call, all this we will cover up in the coming class. Again, you have seen this data process like splitting or combining. All this can be
Mhm.
done using the data process.
Okay.
Okay, got it?
Yeah. And the logic is?
And coming to this logic, actually what this logic that is, it does not impact the data formation, means it does not manipulate, it does not affect the data, but it
Uh-huh.
does a simple steps such as
Uh-huh.
splitting the data, such as duplicating the data,
Uh-huh.
meeting the decision shapes, or controlling. Suppose five files are coming at a time, you want to process one at a time. So all these things we can have it here. Suppose let let bring this branch shape over here. Okay, I'm bringing a branch shape. Actually, what branch shape does is, we can create up to a maximum of 25 branches.
Uh-huh.
25 branches. Suppose like I want to duplicate the data,
Mhm.
like uh, suppose I want to duplicate the data. Okay, and I will keep a stop over here because I need this data, and here it has to come as uh, the flat file, and here I need as a the same file I need as a XML
Mhm.
file. So
Mhm.
since it's a very rubbish thing, so we can keep on arrange here. Arrange means automatically it will save and will give you a nice view. Okay, so
Mhm.
automatically on save actually it is saved. Let me test what happens. So here one, it does not manipulate the data, it just duplicates the data. This is just one of the
Mhm.
example, the decision making, everything, it will just duplicate the data. We see here,
Mhm.
from here we are getting two data. Okay, after going
Mhm.
here, everything we are getting here, the file format has entirely changed. But here the same data will be duplicated. So it will be same.
Mhm.
So this is what about um, the logic shifts. Okay, it deals with the logic. Okay.
Mhm.
So any doubts you have about the shapes, different types of shapes?
Since you put that end shape, so that duplicate did not go through anywhere, right? It just
Yeah, means
in that.
I have stopped this. Suppose if here I have a
Uh-huh.
connector, let's configure like what connector? Let's keep a connector. Mm, let's keep a disconnector,
Uh-huh.
not this discrete. I will say you what is this discrete FTP. Everything I
Legacy
will
and
say.
it's right to, yeah, and
Okay,
what
discrete.
confuses.
So here, what happens? The same connector here, I am also connecting over here, and I will just add stop. Even if I don't add stop here, also nothing will happen. Okay, I can end it over here. Not an issue.
Actually, you broke.
What? Hello.
I think the internet was not connected, so I did not hear anything.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
that
you are
broke.
able to hear me.
Yeah, I can able to hear you. So can
Okay.
you go? What were you explaining? That part I missed.
Yeah, since like if I want, see, one
Uh-huh.
file I am translating and I am transferring to this. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want
Uh,
to transfer the coming input file into into here as well. Okay,
uh-huh.
without translation. Let's see what happens. You have asked something about like end and close. Is it clear? What is this end and close?
Uh, and I know it only stopped. I don't.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to know
Uh,
anything about this end and clear? Sorry,
yeah,
end and
I want to
continuous.
know.
Yeah. I will say that. No worries. Okay. Since you are asking me, I will just
Uh-huh.
say. So after saving this, let's give you a test. What happens? Let's see. We can figure out an error as of my expectations because the DBV2 will only accept the CSV file, but it doesn't accept a XML. Let's see what happens. The first branch will
Okay.
be success, and the second branch. So if we see here, Both are successful
Uh-huh.
because
Uh-huh.
according to business requirements here, but here disk v2 accepts both the file formats, but here it is taking the actual file. Okay, but our motto is the file should be
Uh-huh.
sent as a CSV, then only they can read. But here even if it's sent as an XML also it will store, but they can't read. Okay,
Okay.
so this is end
Uh-huh.
system is designed like this. But while you're setting up the operation part, these all things you will
Mm-hmm.
learn in the further sessions. By
Mm-hmm.
the while setting up the operations part, what happens is
Mm-hmm.
you will find an error over here because it doesn't
Uh-huh.
even accept to store. If that is there,
Okay.
it doesn't even accept to store. So what this end and continue, this is the last step to stop the data. Okay. So here in this
Mm-hmm.
disk v2, it is coming as an, it is storing as an
CSV. Uh-huh.
CSV. Whereas here
It's in XML. The
XML
reason
file.
is it didn't even process through the with the map. We are just branching out
Yeah.
to another form.
Yes, here only it is coming as a duplicate.
Yeah.
Okay. The same
Uh-huh.
input which has retrieved from here, that we are sending it over here. Like
Mm-hmm.
what is this end and continue mean? It is gives you just a stop.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What happens
Yeah.
if I uncheck this? Continue processing other execution parts. Now I have unchecked this.
Mm.
These things, this is a trick with I think no one will say during training time.
Uh-huh.
But let me show you this. So you have like total how many years of experience in IT?
Almost 8.
Okay, 8 years of experience. Okay. Like
But
you are
like
completely into only one tool, or you have worked on other middleware tools?
I worked on another one, which is like a eVision. It is little bit resembles to the Clio. Clio bought the
Mm.
eVision back.
Okay, I
Uh,
think now Clio tool is also very good in market because even I am
yeah.
also trying to work on Clio in the coming like 1 or 2 years. If I get a chance, I am trying to move to Clio. Clio is also like many systems are trying to migrate over there. Okay, our test is
Mhm.
complete. So what happened in this test is in the previous test what we have seen that we have
And
seen
then
that
continue. Huh?
and then
Mhm.
continue. But here why it's
Mhm.
not coming from here? Why nothing, no data, it is stopping over here? Why it is not going into second
Uh,
branch? Why?
yeah.
Because we have
Mhm.
changed this step as continue processing other execution paths.
Mhm.
Okay, continue
Okay.
executing
Mhm.
other execution. So you have not only got some knowledge on end and continue, but you have gained the knowledge on other shape as well. Do you know what is that shape? See,
Uh-huh.
now this time we
Like,
can see that.
yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
know what is that shape? The branch shape.
Mm.
So what happening in this
Yeah.
branch shape is, if there is any error which has made a forceful stop of the branch one, it will not
Uh-huh.
execute the remaining branches.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
got it?
Yeah.
Mm, okay, sure then. Now clear, right? About the steps.
Yeah. Hmm. So so the stop sign and that one controls the branch shape, like whether we
Which
have to
one?
continue.
What? I didn't get your question.
That is so that stop shape
Yes, the
that
stop shape.
controls the logic shape. Then that branch one, it has a
Yeah.
control.
No, I didn't get your question. I didn't get your question.
The reason is s- since you're saying the branch one, when the data is transferring through the branch shape.
Yes,
It is
yes,
supposed to go to two branches.
yes,
Since
yes,
the top had an like you uncheck that
yes,
continue and process,
yes.
so it did not return. So overall, the control is under the stop shape for the
Yeah,
branch
control is
one.
under the,
Uh,
yeah, not for specific this one. Yeah, let me say
uh-huh.
you something. Okay, like
Mm-hmm,
remember one thing. What a branch does is it does not execute things parallelly. It executes things
mm-hmm,
one after the other. Okay, remember this.
mm-hmm,
Branch shape
mm-hmm,
does not execute parallel. Here files are not coming. Here you are getting two files. Two files
mm-hmm.
are not going parallelly. Means both are not executing parallelly. Like first and
Uh-huh.
second branch parallelly they are not executing. Since after the first
Okay.
branch is done only, it will move to the second branch.
Second one. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah. Got it.
got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Since if there is
Uh-huh.
any error or anything stuck due to some external factors or some internal factors, some document error or some process errors, something, anyway,
Mm-hmm.
that is not running the first branch successfully, the second and the following branches will won't run. Got it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Suppose if there are like three branches, suppose the first branch is executed successfully, what happens? It will start working on the second branch. So since there is an then there is an error happen in second branch, so the third branch doesn't execute. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So branch shape will does not execute parallelly.
Parallel. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't execute parallel, it will do one after the other. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
remember this. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, when a fresher who is like new to integration or completely new to Boomi, I won't so I won't even say these things to them. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they will
Yeah.
all will be covered as a process. Since you are asking me, since you already have some hands-on, since you are already have 8 years experience, you will be capable of understanding
Mm-hmm.
these things. So that's why I
Yeah.
shared
Mm-hmm.
here. Okay.
Yeah. I got that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The good thing. Anything you have, just ask me. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So next topic is the components. So components are reusable objects
Sure.
used
Mm-hmm.
within a process. Okay, it can be used in many integration processes.
Uh-huh.
So what I am saying is, so what how we call a component? Component nothing but a reusable objects.
Mm-hmm.
So we can use this process any multiple times. So the process
Yeah.
itself is a component. This might be little confusing for you, but in coming classes and some hands-on practice, will make you clear about this. That is for sure. In the initial state, even I am like a little confused, but I will try to just suppose there is a map shape happening, like
Mm-hmm.
account XML to CSV. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
since this is already configured over here. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
why we call component as a reuse? Why we call this map as a component? Let me prove you. Like here in this component, now I don't want. I want the same XML file which is coming that needs to be transferred as a CSV to the end system that it disk. So what I do, I will just configure map.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so map. So I want to configure it because I want to do it from the scratch. Okay, so what even
Mm-hmm.
scratch means? So after going to the map shape, this is the
Mm-hmm.
left side we call it as source map. This
Source.
one we
Mm-hmm.
call it as a destination. So what are all the functions? So now I have to manually do this. So what it will do? Will just eat my time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this mapping itself takes some time.
Okay. So
You are
you can
you are
just loop the existing map to here
yeah.
if
I
you
can just
just
loop the x60 map. How I can do that?
mhm. Yeah, that plus sign. Oh.
How I can do that? X and XML to CSV.
Mm-hmm.
I can clear this
Mm-hmm.
and I can use the XML because that is the same thing happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Suppose suppose so this so why we call, because we can use the same map in any process. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In the
Yeah, I
same
got.
way, what are all the some other things here? Suppose here you don't want to use this. Suppose there is no. Let me show you XML. Right. Suppose we are configuring a new map, not this one. We are
Mm-hmm.
configuring a new map. Okay, we are configuring new map entirely. Okay, sample
Mm-hmm.
map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sample. I'm naming a number. Okay, now I want to use the same profile which I used for the previous thing. So how I can use this? Even the profile itself also we can XML. Even the profile itself also account XML. So this will automatically load. Okay. How
Mm-hmm.
we got this all structure? Otherwise, we would have created manually. Add
Oh, okay.
something.
Uh-huh.
Okay. How we
Uh-huh.
have used this? Because this profile also we can load. Even this all profiles comes under as a
Uh,
components which can be used again and again.
mm-hmm.
Got it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got that.
Sure, sure, sure. Then good, good, good. If it's clear, it's okay.
Yeah, because I'm working on now on one map which I'm converting IDoc to JSON format.
Okay,
So there
okay,
was so initially I did not understand like in importing the file of IDoc and saving it as a sample and then
okay,
bring the same and so Boomi team had already converted one more map, I mean, with another profile for the output,
okay,
which is just JSON. I just had to import that one and try to
okay.
map.
Yeah, that is just save your time. I think you have done
Mhm.
all these things like in Bitch Talk also. I think
Yeah, yeah, same thing.
using the
Yeah,
existing maps, using the existing profiles, the
yeah,
structure, everything, right?
hmm,
Same thing we'll
yeah,
do it here. But literally saying, I have worked on the other tools as well. But Boomi is like very user friendly, very simple.
hmm,
Just you need to
yeah,
understand the things initially. Once you get that, this is just like everything will be in your fingertips.
yeah,
Very simple things when compared to even during my initial like 5 to 6 months, I felt difficult. Now I am feeling like relaxed. Like we'll have challenges. I don't say there are no
yeah,
challenges,
definitely. Uh-huh.
but okay, I will say all these at the end of the channel. Let's not discuss over
Hmm,
here. Okay, it
hmm,
will just uh, our time will be gone. Okay.
hmm,
Okay then. So these are all the components. Like give me some example. Like map itself is a component. The program
hmm,
command, this is also a component. Like connectors also, like we have operations, everything will configure. Those also will come under the components. Okay.
hmm, yeah.
So
Hmm,
I will show all these things. Okay. What are all the components? Okay. The next topic is our atom and environments.
hmm,
Okay. So this one. So where we have this atom and environment.
yeah, in the manage.
Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute. Actually, this is just populating. I want uh, to remove this. So,
Yeah, your start shape look little different. I don't know why. Now
uh,
might
this
have
start
changed.
shape. Because there
Yeah.
is some upgrade went recently, so that's the reason.
Ah,
So
yeah.
Bhumi, there will be an
Yeah, yeah.
upgrade. I think that did not reflect you. So no
Mm-hmm.
worries. That will change for you as well.
Okay.
Okay. Like mm, coming to atoms and environment. Now in this session, like we will discuss what is atom, what are environments. So environments are like workspace
Testing and production.
where users create this workspace for testing or production purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Like multiple environments can be tested for production, for testing and production. Okay, now let me navigate you to that tab. Okay, so where we have this
The manage
manage. 1 minute.
runtime management.
Okay, actually it will be an atom management.
Yeah, it should.
Actually, it should be in an atom management.
Yeah,
Recently, they have changed it to runtime management.
runtime management. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
correct.
should. Okay. So since everything is configured, I think you can understand, or you just want me to remove everything and you want me to add.
No,
Okay, okay.
I know, I understand this one.
Yeah, actually these are like
Production and test.
two types of environments. One is a
Mhm,
production environment, one is a test environment. Test environment just will test the things, and once
mhm.
everything is perfect, we will
Production.
be moving
Mhm,
into the production. So both are for the process flows. But what is the use of this environment? This environment will be no use until we have an atom attached to it.
mhm,
In simple words, I can say like a bike and petrol. If you have bike, you can't ride. If you have petrol, you can't use. But if both are combined only, you can use.
mhm,
Like how, I think you are aware of Java, right? Like
mhm.
Java, while running the Java code, you will have a JDK file installed,
Yeah. Mhm,
but it's just a runtime machine. Okay, like a runtime engine.
mhm,
Okay,
mhm,
in the same way, when production and when this environment and this atom is rated, then only it will run. Okay, like coming
mhm,
to like how we uh, how we create environment is like here environment,
mhm,
we can create n number of environments. Okay, n
mhm,
number of like sample production environment, one more environment created. Okay, like that we can
mhm.
create n number of environments. Another environment we can create a for test, sample, test, test. So here we have it, but this won't work until we have an atom
Item
attached to it.
test. Test.
at-
Mhm,
Attached to it. So how we attach the atoms? We can choose it over here. Okay, the attachment, everything you can choose over here. Environment extension, all this obviously. Like if we want to create, like we can create in here. Since it's a trial version, we can create like maximum of like only two. But I have
mhm,
created that and I have attached to them, so we can't attach
mhm,
for this. But in your thing, you can create. Okay,
mhm.
these things you understood, or you want me to navigate into like other account and you want me to say?
Yeah, can you like I you're saying that for any number of environment we can choose only one atom,
No, no,
either
no, no, no,
the uh,
no, 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 no. For we can create n number of environments. For n number of environment, we should have an atom attached to it. Like we have a production environment, we have like
uh-huh.
production atom attached to it.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a production atom attached to it. Okay, in the same
Mhm.
way like that. Okay, so you need not worry much about this. I think in your project also all these will be automatically will be configured and they will give you. So
Yeah.
these things you need not know, but even if you need anything in a real time, you can just approach me. Okay,
Mhm.
okay, now these are of no use, I am just deleting them. And do you have a training account?
Yeah.
Okay, if you do have a training account, give me the training account access, because whomever I train, I take the training account access. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
whatever you do, I can just see and monitor like any mistakes is done from your side. I can just correct them.
Okay. Yeah,
Like
the my training this one is also attached to my company.
yeah, yeah, no issue, no issue.
Sure.
That doesn't worry. That doesn't even impact. No worries.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay, I can just help you with that. Even you
Oh
will
yeah.
learn
Uh-huh.
that thing, how you can give access, how you can restrict access, what type of access you can give. So all this
Mhm,
I will
mhm,
just narrow through at the end of this session. Okay. Like if you see
mhm,
here, now we are not in my section. I have moved to Chandra session. Okay. Like if you see here, so
mhm,
whatever like Chandra is doing,
mhm,
Chandana is working on something. Let's assume that she's working on this process. You see here, like if you see here, like she is
Mm-hmm.
working completely on the some process which tasks I have given to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like after she
Mm-hmm.
has done, you can see even my name in the revision history,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because even I am
Uh-huh.
working, like whenever she is stuck somewhere, whenever
Uh-huh.
she is unable to configure the certification, the AS to set up some
Uh-huh.
parameter setup, so I will be like taking, and
Go
I will
ahead.
be correct.